Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you very much. Ms. Meng, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, this administration has claimed to prioritize curbing waste, fraud, and abuse, but in this department, you've overseen the destruction of over $8 million worth of birth control bought by U.S. taxpayers, even though many organizations have already offered to buy and to distribute them. These are the same birth control methods used by millions of women and girls here in the U.S. If distributed, they could have prevented an estimated 110,000 unsafe abortions and the death of over 700 moms. Your department is attacking them. Earlier this year, 66 of my colleagues and I sent you a letter in January asking about the status of these supplies, but we never got an answer. Secretary Rubio, what is the status of these birth control supplies?
We're operating under executive directive not to participate in these programs internationally. The United States is not going to fund this internationally. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's what's happening.
But these products already exist. How much have taxpayers spent to keep them in warehouses instead of distributing them?
Well, I don't know what it costs to store them in the warehouses per se. I think some of them, as you pointed out, have been disposed of. We're not going to use them. The government of the United States is not going to be involved in distributing contraceptive and all these other things around the world. And that's a directive we're operating under from the executive order, and that's not where we're going to prioritize our funding.
Okay, these supplies are not damaged, expired, or destroyed. Do you have any issues with them being distributed?
We're going to follow the directives that are in place. I have an issue in us being involved in that. That is not what foreign aid in the United States is supposed to be paying for. To be honest, it's not. Foreign aid of the United States should be to advance the national interest of our country, and that's what we're going to focus our resources on. And I know there'll be disagreement. People are, making noises in the background here, but here's the bottom line. Well, look, at the end of the day, that is the policy of this administration, and we're going to execute on that policy. Our foreign aid is going to be about advancing the national interest of the United States. And we don't view that this is in the national interest of the United States. We don't know what core national interest of the U.S. do these programs advance for us.
We're not just making noises. We're concerned about preventable deaths and life-saving measures for women, for girls, for...
I understand, but this at an internet, again, the United States, there are a lot of worthy causes and worthy endeavors around the world. The United States government is not a charitable
But not women and
organization.
girls around the world.
No, of course women and girls. And every one of our programs, every one of our programs that have to do with foreign aid, be it our work with the Global Fund, be it our work with PEPFAR, be it our work with these MOUs that we have in place on fund, every single one of these involves, I would say in some cases, more women, girls, and children than they do adult males because of the nature of the aid that we're providing. But you're asking about a very specific type of aid.
If I could ask, in March, the New York Times reported that Ken Jackson, a senior State Department health official at the time, wrote a memo to OMB Director Vought on these supplies, including the option to distribute them. To your knowledge, did Mr. Vought receive this memo, and did he have anything to do with these decisions?
I don't remember that article that you're pointing to or the memo in specific that you're talking about.
Do you know if Mr. Vought had anything to do with the decisions about these
Well, we always,
supplies?
as you guys know, the role that OMB plays, they issue directives on spending to the agencies. That's the role they've always played. That includes in the formulation of the budget we've presented to you. I can't speak specifically about whether he saw that memo or whether someone in his office addressed it.
So, I mean, Mr. Secretary, you were here in Congress before. You know that for over 6 decades, in a bipartisan way, the U.S. has supported these international family planning programs. They have saved the lives of tens of thousands of women and girls for pennies on the dollar. Last year, despite Congress directing funding for international family planning programs on a bipartisan basis, you told me, quote, "There is no plan to spend that money. We're not going to be in that business globally. We're not going to do it." Just earlier this year, Congress again funded these programs. I want to know, what is the plan, and under what authority are you refusing to spend taxpayer dollars directed by Congress?
Well, again, we're working through directives for this year. We'll be in consultation with your staffs about the ones that we're going to be pursuing, and we'll bring those available to you as we make them. But the policy that you reiterated that said last year is the one I've stated here again today pretty consistently. On the issue of directives that you just asked about, we'll be, I know the appropriations bill from last year had a number of them, and we'll be working with your staff we haven't finalized yet which ones we have a problem with and which ones we don't, but we'll be doing that here very shortly.